Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture series of dynamic programming problem. In last lecture we have seen that if we have a complicated network like this, so how we can solve it? We can solve it using forward recursion or backward recursion, but that is not a dynamic programming approach. Now how we can solve this particular problem using dynamic programming approach? So you see that we have already find out the minimum path from node 1 to node 10. It is of 20 units and the path is from 1 to 2, 2 to 6, 6 to 9 and 9 to 10, and the minimum path length is 20 units. Now how we solve this problem using dynamic programming problem? So in dynamic programming problem we divide the large problem into sub problem, which are called as stages. So we divide this problem into stages. We find out the solution of each stage and use the solution of previous stage in the next stage till you get to the last stage. And whatever we obtain in last stage, that will give the optimal solution. So how we can solve this problem? Let us see with the help of dynamic programming problem. Dynamic programming method. But before that we should define some terms or some variables. So first we are having stage variable. Okay, and we are denoting it with the help of J. So stage, suppose for which we denoted by J. So these are the stage variable. So first stage we are calling it as 0. Now this stage we are calling as 1. This stage is 2, this is third stage, and this is our fourth stage. Okay, now in this stage we are having only one variable, one node. So we are calling them as state variable. Okay, so state variable, here we are denoting it x0 is equals to 1. So xi is what? Xi is your state variable. Okay, so one variable, we having one node. Now corresponding to this stage, how many nodes are? We are having 3 nodes. So we have state variable x1 is equals to 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we call it as 1, we call it as 2, this as 3. So this is how my state I will write 1, 2 and 3. Okay, in stage 2 we are having again how many nodes? 2 nodes are there, 1 and 2. Okay, so in stage 1 we are having 3 nodes. We are calling them x1 equals to 1, 2, 3, x1 equals to 1, node 1, x1 is equals to 2, then node 2, x1 is equals to 3 means node 3. Now for the stage 3 they are having again 3 nodes. So state variables are again 1, 2 and 3. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, so first we defined the stage variable, then we have defined state variable here, and in the last stage we are having only one node. So state variable is 1. Okay, so here we are having one node, here we are having 3 node, then 2 node, then again 3 and then 1. Okay, so we have classified, we have distributed the entire network into stages and its state we have subdivided. So you see this complicated network, and this is simple example how can we solve any complicated network using dynamic programming. So we have divided this problem into some stages, and corresponding to each stage we are having its state variable. Okay, Now we define certain terms. First is fj xj. So fj xj is a minimum path from stage j from state j xj in state j to final state. Okay, in final stage. Okay, so here if suppose you take an example f1 3, so f1 means in stage 1. Okay, so j equals to 1 is there, and in stage 1 you have to check the state third state. So this is state x, 1 is equals to 3, so this is third state. So minimum path from this to this. Okay, that's what you have to find out. Similarly, suppose if someone says you find the f4 x4 equals to 1 or f4 1, so what it will say, it will say you have to find out in stage 4 state 1 the distance from this to final state. And what is that? That is this node itself. So what is the value? It's 0. Okay, so minimum path from this 0th state to f4 equals to 1. So that's the same thing. So from this 0th state to this 4th stage, the minimum distance we have to find out. Now next we have to see what is rj plus 1 xj plus 1. So it's a basically an arc length from stage j. So what is the j? J is my stage. From jth stage, state j, to j plus 1 stage, state xj plus 1. So for that you see this example. So in the, what is here? What is the j value for this? J is 2. So in the second stage, j equals to 2. Okay, what is this 2? 2 is what? xj. xj means x2, and xj plus 1 means x3 is what? 1. So from stage 2, state 2, you have to find the minimum length from this node to what? x3, stage 3, state value is what? 1. So first, so you have to find the length of arc from this node to this node, and what is its value? Its value is 6. Okay, it is same as we have seen dij, which was a distance or length of arc from node I to node j. Okay, in the same way here we define rj plus 1 xj plus 1. Okay, it's arc length from xj to xj plus 1 in stage j to j plus 1. Okay, now we have to find out what is fj xj. Okay, this minimum path, how we can calculate it. So as we have seen that it's a minimum length from any state in jth stage to final state. Okay, suppose you want to find out f1 x3. Okay, so state 3, basically we are talking about state 3 in stage 1. Okay, in stage 1 state 3. So minimum distance, how you can write it? So I will just clear all the things once. Okay, so you have to find out minimum distance from stage. What is the stage value? J is equals to 1. First stage, state value is 3 to final state or stage value. Okay, so for that you have seen you are having 2 parts again till this stage. Okay, so you have to find out minimum distance from R2. Okay, so you have to define this arc length. How you will define? Here jth value is what? J is 1, so 1 plus 1 2. R2 x1 is equals to 3 and x2 is equals to 1. So this is x1 is equals to, this is x2 is equals to 1. Okay, plus minimum length from this to final stage. Okay, similarly R2, the arc from x1 equals to 3. See, both we are taking same stage, and now two different state we are taking, 1 and 2. From 1 and 2 both nodes are available, length is available. So arc length plus minimum distance from this to final state. Okay, so in general, how you find fj xj? It's a minimum distance of rj plus 1, xj plus 1 plus fj plus 1, xj plus 1. That will be minimum of this. That minimum will give you this. Okay, now let us find out the minimum distance. This is certain terminology you should define before starting dynamic approach. So we defined a stage. We have defined stage means we divide the entire problem into sub problem. We have already discussed it. The sub problems are stage equals to 0, stage equals to 1, stage equals to 2, stage equals to 3, stage equals to 4, and each stage we are having state variables. Here it is 1. For this particular stage we are having 3 nodes. For this we are having 2 nodes, again 3 nodes, and then finally we are having 1 node. And fj xj is nothing but minimum distance from node xj to node x4 in 4th stage. And rj plus 1, xj plus 1 is nothing but the arc length from xj to xj plus 1. xj in jth state and xj plus 1 in j plus 1 stage is the arc length, and we have to find the minimum of that by using fj xj. Okay, so these are some terms which we have defined for dynamic programming. So now we will see their definition also once. After solving this numerical problem, we will see the definition in detail in next lecture. So let's find out the minimum distance from this node to this node. So first we will take stage 4. Again we find out the backward recursion. Up to here the stage is 3, this is stage 4, this is stage 2, this is stage 1, and this is stage 0. So first we will find out f4 x4 equals to 1. So fj xj is a minimum distance from node I to node x4 equals to 1. So node x4 equals to 1 to itself, the minimum distance is 0. Okay, so now we will find out stage 3. f3 x3 is minimum of r4 x3 x4 plus f4 x4. Okay, so first we will form the table, which is simply like we are having x3 and x4. x3 we are having 3 states, so we are writing 3 states, 1 2 3. x4 we are having 1 state, so it's 1. Now we will find the arc length. From 1 to 1 it's 8, 2 to 1 it's 7, from 3 to 1 it's 9. Okay, so these are my arc lengths. Now we will add f4 x4 equals to 1, that is 0 we are having. Okay, so by adding we are getting 8 7 9. Since these are single value, so it's a minimum for this node. Its minimum value is 8 7 9. So here we are having a values as 8 7 9. At what point we are getting? We are getting when x4 is 1. Okay, when x4 is 1 we are getting minimum value. Again when x4 is 1, then we are getting minimum value. Okay, so this is my optimal node for stage 4. Now we will go to stage 2. Okay, now in stage 2 we again find out f2 x2 equals to minimum of r3 x2 x3 plus f3 x3. Okay, now we will form the table again. For x2 we are having two stages, 1 and 2 value. For x3 we are having again 3 nodes. Now find the arc length. 1 to 1 arc length is 8, 1 to 2 9, 1 to 3 5. So it is 8 9 5. Here it is 2 to 1 6, 7 and 4. So here we write 6, 7 and 4. Okay, so these are my arc lengths. Now if you will see, from 8 the f3 you are getting is 8. So here you will add 8. When you are going from 1 to 2, then f3 is 7. So add 7. From 1 to 3 and then f3 is 9. Okay, similarly for 2 to 1 you are going 6 plus 8. Minimum path is, this is minimum path from 1 to 1, 8 is minimum. Then from here 6 plus 8, similarly 7 9. So now if you will check the values, this is 16, this is 15, sorry again 16, this is 14. Now this is 14 14 13. So what is minimum value out of these three? 14 is minimum, and out of these three minimum is 13. 14 at what stage we are getting? We are getting at x3 is equals to 3. Here at what we are getting? We are getting at x3 is equals to 3. So minimum we are getting 13, which is at x3 is equals to 3. So which one is your minimum? Optimal solution. Optimal solution is 3. Okay, so these two nodes are optimal. Now we will come to stage 1. Okay, so we will just write the optimal values. Optimal value was 8 7 9. Here it is 14 13. Here my optimal solution is obtained at x3 for this stage x1. Now for stage 1, f1 x1 is r2 x1 x2 plus f2 x2. Okay, so again we will make the table. We are having 3 nodes in stage 1 and 2 nodes in stage 2. With respect to that, what are the arc lengths? 3 and 2. Then for 2 it is 4 and 5. Here it is 2 and 3. So write those arc value here again. Now if you will see, 1 to 1 you are going, it's 3. Then what is the optimal value? 14. Add the 14. From 1 to 2 arc length is 2 and optimal value is 13, minimum value. Okay, similarly 4 plus 4 you will 14 you will have. Here it is 13, 14 and 13. Now check the values. This is how much? 17 16, sorry 18 16, 15 18 16. Out of these two minimum is 15, out of these two minimum is 18, then minimum is 16, and out of all three 15 is minimum. Okay, so at what it is we are getting minimum? x2 is 2, when x2 is 1 and 2, 1 and 2, but out of them which is minimum? 2 is minimum. So in this minimum optimal point is 2. For stage 1, x2 value is obtained as 2, which is giving you minimum value. Again for stage 0 we will find out f2 x2, minimum r1 x2 x1 f1 x1, and we again form the table. We are having x0 value as 1, x1 as 1 2 3, 3 nodes are there, their values are 5 7 9. So if you will check here, for 1 minimum value is 15 18 and 16. So 5 plus 15, then 7 plus 18, then 6 plus 16, What are these values? If you will see, it's 20, 25, 22. Out of them, minimum is at 20 and x1 value is 1. So optimal point is your 1, and this stage you are having 1 only, 1 node. So minimum path is from x node is equals to 1, x1 is equals to 1, x2 is equals to 2, x3 is equals to 3, and x4 is equals to 1. Okay, so your path length is from 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and from 3 to 1 is your minimum length. Okay, so that's how you can solve shortest distance path problem using dynamic programming problem. Okay, so we can easily find minimum distance from node 1 to node 10, the minimum path and the minimum path value. The path length and the path also can be found using dynamic programming approach. So what we have done here, we have divided our problem into large problem into sub problem. We have divided problems into stages, and whatever solution we are getting from stage 3 we are using in next stage, then whatever we are obtaining from next stage, then again we are using it for another stage, and the same process we repeated till we get to stage 0. So this is the basic dynamic programming approach. We divided a large problem into sub problems or the stages, and we defined state variable, and then whatever we are obtained in previous state, the solution whatever we are obtaining, we are using the solution in next stage until we get the last stage. So this is how we can find out optimal solution of such problems using dynamic programming approach. Okay, so that's all for today's lecture. Thank you.